Tom Brevoort opens his goddamn mouth again about Mary Jane Watson and Peter Parker. I'm covering this like a freaking hawk now, baby. Okay, so continuing to double down on his whole Mary Jane, anti-Mary Jane Peter Parker thing. He says, you seriously think that if there was an easy way to make sales skyrocket, I wouldn't do it? Yes, I do believe that. I do believe that. Because there is many easy ways to make your sales skyrocket, and you constantly don't do it. The entire comic book industry, it's so simple to make your sales big again. Yet you don't do them. Stop race swapping characters, stop gender swapping characters, stop sexuality swapping characters, and look at your data and go, okay, well, back then, back in the 90s, for example, well, Spider-Man was selling. What were the factors that made that happen? Oh, let's go back and do that. Or for DC, for example, our Superman isn't doing well. I don't know. Maybe it's because, we aged up Jonathan Kent and made him gay. I don't know. Maybe that's a problem. So, Tom continues to double down on the anti-Peter and Mary Jane stance here, which also, here it is. Look, Mary Jane can't get her mind off Spider-Man on Peach Momoko's Fan Expo Boston variant to Amazing Spider-Man number 32 from 2023. So you know what they want. You know what fans want because you've commissioned her to do this. So you know what they want. Oh my fucking... Okay. So that's all just like, the stuff we covered previously, right? So Tom... I can't believe I'm saying this. Someone on Blue Sky had an actual good take. So this person asks, with respect to X-Men editor Tom Brevoort, I have no respect. He has none for me. All the information publicly available contradicts much of what he's saying here. And back in my day, editors at least pretended to respect the yahoos who cared enough to write in and buy their books. This is not limited to Reddit. It's everywhere. And this person's right. Back then, not even back like then, back in like freaking 10 years ago, right? It's shocking how much like the entertainment industry has changed in that time. Even just like 10 years ago, no one in charge of anything would come out and like slam the fans like this. So speaking of by the way, this data where like it's not limited to Reddit, it's everywhere, right? We have publicly available information. So this is from ICV2, and this is the top 50 comics of last year. So these are the top 50 comics that sold the most last year. And what is it? Absolute Batman. Ultimate Spider-Man is number 2. Absolute Superman number 1, Absolute Batman number 2, Absolute Wonder Woman number 1, X-Men number 1, that's a relaunch. Ultimate Spider-Man 2, Ultimate Spider-Man 3, Ultimate Spider-Man 4, Ultimate Spider-Man 5, Ultimate Spider-Man 6. Where's Amazing? I don't see that. Ultimate Spider-Man 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where's Amazing? I don't see it. I don't see it. Nope, still don't see it. No Amazing. Oh no. Ultimate Spider-Man 12. Oh no. Oh no. Top 50 comic books by dollar. 1, number 2, 3. Oh, there it is. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man number 50. So it's in the top 50 comic books by dollars. And these are the top 50 comics by units. So the units is how many like individual comic books were sold, and this is how much money, like just based on money, right? And Amazing Spider-Man is see that's. You can't even compare that because look, Ultimate Spider-Man is sold for $6 and Amazing Spider-Man is sold for 10. What? Like, so him saying, oh, well, it's not that big a sale. It's not like it's complete drawing. Dude, Amazing Spider-Man's not even in the top 50 and pretty much the entire run of Ultimate Spider-Man is in the top 50. Like, oh my god. Dude's a moron. So Tom clapped back to this and said, let me ask you this, fam. Is Batman cratering? Well, actually it is, because Batman himself is not in here. Absolute Batman is, but that's an alternate universe. So technically, yes, Batman is cratering, because I don't see Batman here. Oh, there he is, Batman. Number 142. Number 37. The Batman line only made it in one issue, number 37. Yes, Batman, I would say, is cratering. Absolute Batman is constantly outselling it, right? Is Batman in the toilet? Yes, it is. Have you read the storylines? Chip Zdarsky? It's freaking awful. Do they need to bring back Martha Wayne in the main series? Seem crazy, right? Martha Wayne is an element of Absolute Batman that's different from the regular book. So it's analogous to Pete and MJ in Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't think it's responsible for those sales either, but this is the sort of argument you guys are making. Correlation isn't causality. Well, this is an entirely different thing. Martha Wayne is not Batman's love interest, she's his mother. And she's a fundamental part of his thing, of his origin. You know, like how Uncle Ben is a fundamental part of Peter Parker, which Uncle Ben is back in Ultimate Spider-Man, but that's not a driving factor. It's just a cool, neat little thing. Right? No one's going to Ultimate Spider-Man for Uncle Ben being alive. Just like how no one's going to Absolute Batman for Martha Wayne being alive. They're going to Absolute Batman because they want to see how the hell they handle this hulking man-beast Batman. And they want to see if this will be good storytelling before DC inevitably craps the toilet with it. Ultimate Spider-Man very much is being sold and very much has people going to it because Peter and MJ are married with children. That is a fundamental selling point of Ultimate Spider-Man. But of course he does this on Blue Sky. Thankfully, this person actually clapped back, thank God, saying, appreciate the response, truly. I do find it an odd question, though. Martha being alive wasn't the accepted status quo for 2 decades. Let's go. Pitched by the original co-creator and used front and center in all the marketing. The Spider-Man marriage, though, it was then and is currently. Exactly. Martha being alive is not a selling point of Absolute Batman. Peter and MJ being married is. And Tom's response is, it hasn't been the accepted status quo for 2 decades. Things change. Well, actually it hasn't, because as you've clearly stated previously, you get tons of letters to send us the same letter about MJ and Paul every single day. Right? You say you get tons of messages every single day about people saying put Peter and Mary J back together. So clearly it's not the accepted status quo. It's clearly not. Now, another person said, you state that it's the quality of Ultimate Spider-Man that is what's driving the sales. What exactly does this mean for the lack of quality for Amazing Spider-Man? Let's go cook him! And it's weird that you discount a married Peter as a driving factor when Marvel's advertisements heavily push this in their marketing. It means that your perception of the lack of quality of Amazing Spider-Man isn't shared by the readership as a whole. Well, I mean, it clearly is, because again, it's not in the top 50. Jesus Christ. Someone's mad that people caught him lacking. Tom, Amazing Spider-Man at the moment is only selling because it's Amazing Spider-Man. True. You give those stories from the last 2 to 3 years to any other IP that doesn't have an established reputation, and it doesn't even get views as fan fiction. Let's go. A book sells because people buy it. They buy it because they like it. That's not true at all. We know damn well people can buy things to rip it to shreds. We know damn well that that isn't true at all. And there's people who buy this stuff just to keep it as collectors. And especially after, 16 years, there's no momentum in the world that would keep a book just selling because. A book like Amazing Spider-Man? Definitely. Definitely. And there's plenty of examples of stuff still going after it's just been crap for years. Doctor Who. Doctor Who was kept alive during the Chris Chibnall, Jodie Whittaker era because it was Doctor Who. It had the name value. Same thing with the MCU. The MCU is still chugging along because of the name value that, oh, it's the MCU. And people remember the good old heydays. I mean, that's ending now because, thankfully, another box office bomb came in Captain Falcon Man NWO. So there's that. So, but there's plenty of examples of stuff selling and stuff continuing because of the name value. And if you, like this person said, you give those stories to any other IP, doesn't get anything. Right? It doesn't get anything. Someone says, convenient. Anyone at Marvel can say a title is doing well and they are not required to offer any proof. We do have the postal statements for the BND era, and it shows obvious decline. If BND was the bestseller then Marvel across the board was in the pits. Here, he says, I'm in business. Part of my job is to sell Marvel comics. You seriously think that if there was an easy way to make series skyrocket, I wouldn't do it, or that I'm lying about information that I have access to, and you certainly do not? Yes, you clearly are. You clearly are. And like you said, you're in business. Of course, you're gonna lie about information to make yourself look better. That's what every company does. That's what every company does. You think Disney's statement about Captain America 4's box office, that like the budget was only 180 million? Bull BS, man. You did like 4 reshoots. Of course you're gonna lie. But Tom Brevoort, he spouted so much garbage that Blue Sky went after him. That's how bad this is. Blue Sky caught this man. That's absolutely insane. But like he says, there is an easy way to make sales skyrocket. Just go back to what was doing well for both Marvel and DC. And one of the things that was doing well that helped sales is Spider-Man and Mary Jane. And very clearly we have the proof. Ultimate Spider-Man has it, and it's killing Amazing Spider-Man. So let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. And I will see you guys all next time.